Hello, today is Monday, June 29th. How's everybody doing today? I hope well. A few days ago, I posted episode, I believe 17, and I talked about my weight loss journey. And in that, it's not really a weight loss journey, because even though that's part of the thing, it's bigger than that. I quit smoking and quit chewing and I already was never much of a drinker, but I quit drinking, and that's just all part of me getting my heart right with God. But this whole thing really is a health journey in my temple, and it all really comes down to getting my heart right with God and doing the right thing more than anything else. But that's not what I want to talk about today. So I noticed throughout this whole time of putting up these videos that it's been pretty consistent. In the beginning, episode 1, 2, 3, 4, even going into 5, the views trickled in. And then after 5, it picked up 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Within the first couple of days, I would have, a dozen or two, two to three dozen views. My friends and family, and then, by the time I put out another episode, there'd be a few more. And like, if you go through and look at my views, there's usually over 100 on each episode. But this last episode, that didn't happen. There's 0 views across every platform, because I take these videos and there's no filter, nothing like that. I record them to my phone, and then I upload them to TikTok first and add the words and put all the pieces together. And that seems to be the easiest platform to do that on. I don't use any kind of crazy video apps. I just kind of push it out, and I stack all the videos and the pictures or whatever I'm doing. I put the words in, and then I post it there first, and then it sends me a duplicate to my photos, and then I take that duplicate with the words and everything all put together into one video, and I upload it to Facebook, which that in turn uploads to Instagram, and then I upload one to YouTube. So I'm uploading to 3 apps, and one app uploads to another app, so 4 apps total. And if you look through it, I got about 100 views on every one now. But this last one, I'm gonna attempt to not say certain things just to kind of test it. I believe that I am being shadow banned because of what I showed in episode 17 and the things I talked about in episode 17. And this happened to me during in 2019, 2020. I heard a conversation on a platform, on a show, and I was shocked at what I was hearing. And I made the decision, after getting about 25% of the way through the conversation, to stop, go back to the beginning, and start writing down the facts that I'm hearing in this conversation. And I got to a certain point where, and then I had gotten a phone call, and I explained to the person that called, as my daughter-in-law, what I had heard and what they were saying, and that my intent was to take this Word document and write down all these facts, the important stuff. I felt like it was a smoking gun, and then I was going to upload it to all of my social media. And when I got off that phone call and I logged back in, and I went back in to write this document, a whole bunch of stuff happened. I mean, for months, nobody could see anything I posted. I mean, like, I was like nothing. I wasn't getting any of your guys' information on my social media, and none of you guys were getting any of my information. And people, like, I was married at the time, and the people around me couldn't see any of my posts. I mean, they were not letting anything I did get out there, and that lasted for a long time. It lasted for months and months and months. And so I kind of, at the time, it was very frustrating for me. So this time, with this last episode and it having not coming up for a lot of people, I'm curious to see if I do not mention certain things and I don't go into any details, and you all go from this episode 18, go back and look at 17, if it'll show, or because you should be able to go find it. You should be able to click on this, go to my profile, no matter what platform, and then see all my videos, and the last one was episode 17, and then click on it. You don't have to watch the whole thing. If you do, that's great. If you like and subscribe, it'd be even better, but if you don't, I don't really, it's not really any sweat off my back. I'm just curious to see how easy it is to find and how, what depths they'll go to. And really, I mean, the truth of the matter is, with everything going on with the thing that I talk about and I show in that video, but you'll have to go look at it to see what I'm talking about. I know that there are companies that make petroleum-based products for sale, and that you have to, have a prescription for, that are trying to make these things that I talked about in episode 17 go away. And they do not like the fact that people like me have the ability and are actually going through with what I've been doing. And so I'm kind of curious to see at what depths they'll go to hide the information and hide, keep it out of everybody's hands. I talk about it in that video, and you'll have to just go look at it. But I encourage you to look at episode 17. Even just skip to like the halfway point. You'll see in part of the video I'm in my car, and part of the video I'm in my room. You'll see the difference. And then if you fast forward to the part where I'm out of the car, then you'll understand what I'm doing. And then just comment, hey, I checked it out, or I was able to find it, or hey, I'm interested in that, or whatever. But I'm just curious to see if it's just me. I mean, even like there are some people that as soon as my episodes come up, they respond immediately, and that didn't happen this time. I'm gonna have to reach out to those people and see if they're just not seeing it, which I'm sure is the case. I mean, I went through this once before, and it's oddly similar. Not on any of my platforms. I know I always get these messages from TikTok saying like, hey, pay this fee and we'll guarantee you X amount of views. I've never done that before, but I should do that with that video just to see what happens. I mean, I don't know. I don't, like I said, this isn't about views. This isn't about, this is really just me telling my story. And if you're interested in it, feel free to listen. There's a couple things about these episodes I've been putting out. One was, I was asked to do this by my brother Dusty, and I was told many times by my friends in San Diego, hey, tell me a story, or hey, tell me about this, or, some random thing. So, wanted to hear a story, because I've always been told I was a gifted storyteller. So that's what this started out as, me telling stories. But they're all things that actually happened in my life. And then as I'm doing this, I'm thinking to myself, years from now, my grandson, I have one grandson now, one on the way, and my future grandchildren will be able to go back and pull these up and be like, yeah, this is my grandfather. He was a, he's funny or whatever they think of me, but they'll be able to hear all these old stories. And there's, I don't know, I just like the idea of it, I guess. I mean, my great grandfather, Richard Sandoval the First, I would kill to be able to hear his stories. My grandfather, Grandpa Ortega, I would kill to hear his stories growing up and the things they went through, especially from him, to hear him out of his own voice. Of course, he spoke Spanish and broken English, both of them. I wouldn't really be, but I don't know. It would just be cool to hear their stories from their voice and from them. And so that's really the vision here is, at some point in the future, I would have been raptured, and these will be left behind for all of you guys to go back and view, because hopefully my children will be raptured with me. That's the dream, anyways. So check it out. Tell me what you think, and just do me a favor. Just click on it, forward to it. Just tell me if you find it, if you see it or not. That's really what I was hoping for. This episode is going to be episode 18. It's going to be a short one, and it's going to be basically talking about being shadow banned. When that happened last time, I had heard of people that happening to people, but I didn't understand the gravity. And when it happened to me, and it happened for months and months, I would post stuff and nobody would see anything I was posting. And I wasn't seeing anything. You guys it was all ads and advertisements and large group posts, but none of the individual daily life posts that all of my friends and family post. It was really weird. It went away, it stopped eventually, but man, it lasted for months and months and months. So, I don't know, let me know what you think. Like I said, like I always say, stay prayed up. Hopefully you guys enjoy the short stories. God bless.